In 1852, France witnessed the last breath of Helene Jagadeau. The deadly cook, who spread arsenic among dishes and cauldrons, was guillotined before a crowd in Rennes. But Jagadeau's execution was not the end of the age of poisons. It had merely opened the door to a new line of invisible killers. While the guillotine's blade ended Jagadeau's life, on the other side of Europe a child was growing up in Victorian England. Her name was Mary Ann Cotton. She would carry with her the same silent weapon Jagadeau had used, arsenic. And with it, she would build an even longer and more meticulous trail of death. Helene poisoned out of anger, jealousy, or whim. Mary Ann, on the other hand, had another motive: money. Husbands, children, neighbors, relatives, all were pawns in her life insurance game. If Jagadeau was remembered as a folkloric shadow, Cotton would become England's first major serial killer, a methodical killer who made family her hunting ground. The transition from France to England also marked a shift in investigations. Coroners began to refine tests to detect poison, and the Victorian press turned criminal cases into spectacles. So when Mary Ann Cotton was finally discovered in 1872, the story didn't stay in the courtroom, it crossed borders, gaining worldwide fame. From Helene Jagadeau to Mary Ann Cotton. From a provincial cook to an industrial-era Black Widow. Poison ran through the veins of criminal history. And with each generation, a new name emerged to keep arsenic's lethal legacy alive. Today, you'll learn the story of Mary Ann Cotton, England's first major serial killer. Her beauty was discreet, but her weapon was invisible. Between cups of tea, steaming soups, and mysterious pills, she silently spread death. Not with knives, not with blood, but with a white, tasteless, odorless powder. Arsenic. Born in 1832, in an England immersed in the Industrial Revolution, Mary Ann grew up in a world of poverty, disease, and high mortality. But for her, death wasn't just inevitable, it was an opportunity. While still young, she married and had children. And soon discovered a dark detail: insurance companies paid out generous sums when husbands or relatives died. That's when Mary Ann realized she could turn death into a business. Like Helene Jagadeau in France, Mary Ann mastered the art of poison. She used arsenic, which was present in common medicines and pesticides of the time. The symptoms were severe: stomach pains, vomiting, and convulsions. The victim appeared to be suffering from an intestinal illness, nothing unusual at the time. While doctors diagnosed cholera or infections, Mary Ann watched. And waited for her last breath. Between husbands, children, lovers, and acquaintances, it is estimated that Mary Ann poisoned more than 20 people. 4 husbands died in succession. 11 of her own children also did not survive. Always the same symptoms. Always the same inheritance. In Victorian England, she became known as the Black Widow. Mary Ann's reign of terror ended in 1872, when doctors began to suspect the same symptoms were recurring in people close to her. A body was exhumed. And what was found in the victim's stomach was enough to end the hoax: lethal doses of arsenic. Mary Ann Cotton was tried, convicted, and hanged in March 1873. To the end, she denied all crimes. Mary Ann Cotton's story spread throughout the British press and crossed borders. She became a symbol of domestic fear, the idea that death could be found in the home, served at the table, mixed with tea. From Helene Gigoto in France to Mary Ann Cotton in England, the 19th century was marked by silent assassins who used the same deadly weapon. And the world was beginning to realize that poison was the invisible signature of the first modern serial killers. Husbands, children, neighbors, lovers. They all fell into the same trap. A white powder, a cup of tea, a last breath. Mary Ann Cotton went down in history as Victorian England's first serial killer. And her legacy remains a warning. Danger often lies within the home. She served tea, and with it, death. And would you drink her tea? Tell us in the comments. Activate the bell and follow every week the discoveries of the worst and most macabre minds in history.